Go ahead and just start recording this. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to jump on. I know a bunch of you guys are checking this video out because you are part of our Glimpse into Coaching group today, and you kind of want to see what this whole Beachbody coaching thing is all about and see if it would be a good fit for you. So thank you for taking the time out of your day, out of your night, whenever you're listening to this. Thank you for taking the time to just see if this is something that would be a good fit for you. It doesn't fit for everybody. It's not something that would work for everybody, but I know for me and for a lot of the coaches on our team, it has been the biggest blessing and the most amazing job in the entire world. So I'm going to start the call by just sharing a little bit about my story. And I'm going to pin my video so we're not bouncing back and forth. Share a little bit about my story, and then I'm going to introduce one of my coaches, Kenzie, who agreed to jump on the call tonight. Kenzie is one of the top coaches on my team right now, and she is a working mom of 2 twin boys. So I love for her to jump on and kind of share her story about how she's able to make this work, whether you're working full-time or you have a full-time job or whatever the case is. This is, you can make this work in whatever your lifestyle is. So first I'll go ahead and start by sharing my story. So I've been a coach for almost 3 years now. The end of April will be my 3-year anniversary. And when I graduated college, and I was actually a collegiate athlete, and I graduated college with a degree in journalism and ended up going on to get my master's in business. And my whole vision for my life growing up and everything was that I was going to climb the corporate ladder. I was going to graduate from college, and I started working for a Fortune 500 company doing marketing and sales, and I was just going to climb that corporate ladder and be super successful. And I would never be a stay-at-home mom. I would never work from home. Like, I was going to work for corporate America in sales. Like, that was my thing. Well, I did graduate college, and I did start that job, and I absolutely hated it. So I hated being stuck in a cubicle. I would go to work every day, and I felt completely unfulfilled. I felt like nobody really cared what I was doing. I was just a number to them. And again, I was doing sales. So I was actually selling vehicles to dealerships, and it was a lot of pressure every month to sell. So I've been in sales before. So I have to tell you that I never would have jumped in another type of business where I would have felt like I was doing sales, because I absolutely hated it. I had to go and push product and try to convince people to buy things they didn't want or didn't need, and I hated it. So I was the employee that would show up at 8 o'clock every morning, and I would leave at 5:01, and I was always staring outside, wishing I was out there. At the time, I was living in Southern California, so I just wanted to be on the beach and outside and not stuck in a stupid cubicle doing a job that I didn't love, that wasn't fulfilling for me. I wasn't passionate about what I was doing. So fast forward, I married my college sweetheart, and he actually plays baseball for a living. So we travel all over the country for baseball. I had my first son, and I just kind of got in that trap of not taking care of myself or making myself a priority anymore. I kind of took on that mom role. I was a stay-at-home mom, traveling all over the country for my husband's career, and I wasn't taking care of myself. A friend of mine was doing a workout, Turbo Fire, and she had posted her results on Facebook. And I saw them, and she had shared that she had gotten these results by doing at-home workouts, and she lived a very similar lifestyle to me, where she moved all over the country. So I knew if she could do it, I could do it. So I messaged her and just said, hey, what are you doing? So she got me started with Turbo Fire, and she had me join an online challenge group. And I absolutely loved the experience. I was getting amazing results. I started drinking Shakeology every day. I had way more energy. I was able to have more fun playing with my son, because I felt like I was making myself a priority too. So I had more fun being a mom. And again, I was a stay-at-home mom at this point now, and I didn't really have anything for me. It was just being a mom and traveling all over the country for my husband. But this challenge group all of a sudden just gave me this group of people I could check in with. I was doing something for me. I was getting back in shape. I started to get my pre-baby body back. And I just felt really happy. So after the challenge was over, I approached my coach. Her name is Jackie. I approached her and said, hey, what is this coaching thing? And so she kind of filled me in a little bit about it, and I just decided to dive head in, or head first, whatever the saying is. I just dove head first into the job. And the reason I signed up to begin with is I wanted to provide some more accountability for myself so that I would stay in shape, because I knew if I was a coach, I would have that extra layer of accountability to keep me going. And I just wanted something for me, something I could look forward to. And I wanted to help other moms like me get back into shape, make themselves a priority again, and know that they can do this too. So I jumped all in, and I was nervous. I was so nervous, and I was super skeptical. I was totally the one that would watch people that started these kind of like network marketing companies, and I just kind of think like, oh, are they really doing that? Does it really work? So I was super skeptical, and so was my husband. But we sat down and talked about it, and I had such a great experience in the challenge group that we decided I was just going to go for it, at least even for the discount, because I knew I was going to keep doing the workouts. So we decided for 6 months I was going to go all in and see what happened. And so I did. I just went for it. And I figured, what's the worst that's going to happen? Either I'm going to go all in and I'm going to get in the best shape of my life in the next 6 months. And maybe I'll build a really successful business, or maybe I'll go all in and I'll be in the best shape of my life. So either way, it was like a win-win. So I just went for it. And then within 6 months, my husband and I kind of like sat back down and we kind of looked at what had happened. And I told him, I said, hey, I actually made enough this month to pay for our mortgage. And that was kind of the big eye opener for us. This was something I needed to keep working and keep doing. And I had never felt so fulfilled in my life. And the messages I was getting from people about them getting in shape again, or the coaches that had joined my team saying, thank you for giving them a job that they can love and look forward to. I mean, those messages just made this all worthwhile for me. And I know that I've kind of found my purpose, and I've found a job that is so fulfilling that I look forward to coming to work every day. And I don't feel like I'm doing sales, and I'm not doing my to-do list is for me, not for somebody else. And I just love that about this job. So that's kind of my story. And I'm going to go ahead and open it up for Kenzie to share a little bit about her story. And I think, Kenzie, you're going to go over a little bit of the top myths as far as Beachbody coaching goes. So I will just let you take it away.
All right. And we did not coordinate our outfits for everyone watching. Anyway, I was super happy when Kelly asked me to kind of jump on here and share a little bit about myself and how I became a Beachbody coach and why. I jumped in just over a year ago after I had done a challenge group, kind of like Kelly had said, just, had awesome results. And my coach, Sarah, reached out to me and said, you know what, you would be a rock star coach. And I brushed her off and brushed her off and brushed her off. And I was just like, I have zero time in my life. Like Kelly said, at the time when I was approached to be a coach, my twin boys were 2.5. We had recently relocated back from living in Maui for 8 years. I had a new job. I was working full-time as a night shift labor and delivery nurse, and I decided to go back to school to get my bachelor's degree. So when I finally was convinced by Sarah that I would make a good coach, and I was like, you know what? I really loved just the atmosphere of the challenge group. And I was like, gosh, I just want other people to feel as awesome as I felt. And that's really the reason I became a coach in the beginning, because I wanted to keep, those challenge groups going and, tell my friends, like, guys, you can be a mom and you can be busy and you can still take care of yourself. And it only makes you a better mom in the end. So that was kind of my reason in the beginning as to why I decided. My husband thought I was crazy. And like Kelly said, was kind of skeptical like her husband was. Because it is a network marketing company, and sometimes they come with a little bit of a stigma that a lot of people, carry with that title. So for me, my biggest concern for joining was the time commitment. And the awesome thing about this business is you can truly build it in the cracks of your day. I decided it was a priority for me to get up 1 hour extra a day when I wasn't working night shift and, touch base with people and connect with people and run my challenge groups and get my workout in. I decided it was worth it to me to wake up that extra hour so I could help more people. I also did little things like cut back on silly TV shows that I like to watch, and just things like that, because this was important to me and I wanted to share it. So when people often have a concern about time, I just share with them that you really can make it a successful business on a really short amount of time during your day. So that's kind of one myth that people get stuck on, is that, gosh, I just don't know, I don't have enough time. Well, let me flash forward to 7 months after I signed up to be a coach and I decided to go all in. I was able to cut down from a full-time night shift position to a part-time. Now, a lot of people have different goals when they sign up to be a coach. Some people have the intent to quit their full-time job. I love being a labor nurse, so I could never see myself not doing that. So I love that I can do both things. But I, again, would love to cut my time down even more. And you know what? I'm almost there. I'm almost to that point where I can do that. So just the fact that I was able to dedicate a little bit extra of my time for 7 months, it in turn gave me extra time with my family, to go on vacations, just freedom to do whatever I wanted to do. And one of those things is Beachbody coaching, because it's become such a passion of mine. It's an outlet. It's something I just really, really enjoy doing. I love connecting with people. Another objection people have is that they don't have a big network of people to reach out to. And this was definitely me when I started. I did not have a lot of friends on Facebook. I liked social media and Facebook, but I had just my friends and, close friends and family on there. One of the cool things about this company is you get to meet so many people and connect with so many people you wouldn't have otherwise. Just for instance, Kelly and I just met in person for the first time in January when we had our diamond retreat in Lake Tahoe. Even though we had been working together for a year, it was like we had known each other forever. So, and, now she's a great friend of mine and, a fellow mom, and we talk about stuff besides Beachbody and just that kind of thing. So, I've gained so much more from this than just business or finances. It's, it's friendship and it's fitness, and that's really a cool part of this. So we give you the tools to help you grow your network so you can find more people to help and reach out to. Another myth, what's another myth that we kind of get a lot of the time? I was drawing a blank.
You have to have a garage full of inventory and invest.
Oh, yes.
And I'll kind of get into that too, but.
Okay. And that's a good point. I have like my own personal Shakeology, and then I carry some samples like on hand. I'd say the most stock of anything I have is all the free swag that I get from Beachbody. That's just for me anyway. So like clothes, and they give you cool stuff. Anyway, just for running your business and helping other people. So yes, I definitely love that you don't have to hoard a bunch of stuff to have on stock. It's just my own Shakeology pretty much.
Yep.
Which I love. So I really just wanted to touch on the time, commitment, because I know that's a huge one. We all are busy, and I feel like if it's worth it to you, you'll find the time. You may just have to be creative with how you do it. I know Kelly and I both kind of built this business during nap times, and but other people have different things and are in different places in their life. They don't have toddlers, or they have grown kids, but they have other things going on in their life that they just have to, you have to prioritize. Just like your health. If you want to put in the time for your health and fitness, you will find a way. If you want to put in the time for this business, you will find a way. So
definitely. And the cool thing too is thank you, Kenz. I'm going to switch it back. But the cool thing too is that it is your business. So you can spend as much or as little time as you want. That's one of the really cool things about Beachbody is there's no sales requirements or purchase requirements. I know a lot of other network marketing companies require that you purchase a certain amount of inventory every single month to stay active. For us, there's no requirements. You can do as much or as little as you want every month. You can put in as much time as you want or as little time as you want. And we can actually help you set goals. So if you have a goal in mind for where you want this business to go, your upline coach, the person that you end up signing up with, can help give you monthly, weekly goals that you can hit to reach whatever your goal is in this business. So that's kind of the cool thing. And you can even just sign up to coach for the discount and kind of sit back and watch and see what we do for a while. Or you can just do it kind of like Kenzie and I did and just jump in and go for it and see what happens. What's the worst that can happen? That's what I always think. The worst that can happen is you're going to get in great shape, and the rest is history. So a couple other things I wanted to touch on as far as Beachbody is concerned and kind of what they do to make it super easy for us as coaches to do our job. So first off, I'm sure you've seen Beachbody advertisements on TV. And if you haven't, now you probably will because you'll be paying attention. But you'll see, P90X, Insanity Max 30, 21-day fix, size. I mean, basically any workout program that you see on TV is probably a Beachbody workout. They spend tons of money on advertising, which is the nice thing for us because as coaches, when we're talking to people about the products, most people already have an idea about what they are because they've seen them on TV. So that makes it super easy for us. Like we had just touched on, there's no stocking of products. You do not have to have a garage full of inventory ready to ship off to people. You are actually not responsible for any of the shipping. You're not responsible for collecting credit card information or personal information. You're not responsible for doing returns or customer service. Beachbody handles all of that for you. You don't have to host home parties, which I know a lot of other companies like this, you have to host home parties. You have to invite your family and friends to come and buy things from you or encourage your friends to host parties too. You don't have to do that with Beachbody, which is really nice for me, and probably for everybody. I know, I think those home parties are so awkward and I would hate it if I had to do that all the time. If you ever wanted to do a home party and have everybody get together and work out, you totally can, but there's no requirements to do a home party to be successful in this business. I always get a lot of people ask, what do I have to do to be successful? What do I have to do to kind of get to the level that I'm at this point, 3 years into my business? And it's so simple. And that's why I kind of want to share this. To be successful in this business, all you have to do is help 3 people every single month become healthier. So if you think you can find or help 3 of your friends, of your family, or friends of friends, or referrals, if you think you can help 3 people a month get healthier, then you can be a very successful Beachbody coach. So it's really not a ton. I think when people are looking at businesses like this, they just think, oh, you must have to sell thousands upon thousands of dollars every single month to be successful. And that's not the case. If you can help 3 people every month, you will be a very successful Beachbody coach. So what does it take to get started? There is not a huge startup fee with Beachbody. So you can actually become a Beachbody coach for $39. Or that $39 is completely waived if you purchase what we call a challenge pack. So a challenge pack is a workout with a 1-month supply of Shakeology. And I can tell you that probably 95% of the coaches that have signed up on my team have purchased a challenge pack. And the reason is you kind of get all the tools that you need to kind of jumpstart your fitness and start sharing your journey and getting results yourself. And you're also a product of the product because you're using the product so you can share it with other people. That's why the challenge pack is so great. Plus, it waives that $39 fee. So what does the $39 fee get you? Well, it gets you a startup kit that will get mailed to your house, plus you get 4 websites, 3 retail websites, and 1 business website where you will run your entire business. And like I said, if you get the challenge pack, it waives that $39 fee, but you still get everything that is included in that startup kit. The cool thing, Beachbody updates the websites for you all the time. So you're not going to be responsible for updating a website or maintaining that. It's something Beachbody does for you. After that startup fee, whether you pay the $39 or you buy a challenge pack, it costs $15 a month to maintain your coach status. And that's it. That's all the requirement. That's all the upfront money that you have to put out as a coach. So it's really not a huge investment. And that's something I loved, because when I was kind of nervous and skeptical, I don't know if I would have spent a lot of money to jump into something. But for me, I had bought a challenge pack, so it was free for me to sign up. So I thought, why not? I'm going to give it a try. Now, I have to tell you, if you guys are on this call and you're considering becoming a coach, this is kind of the perfect time to jump in. Summer is right around the corner. Everybody's starting to pay more attention to their health and fitness. Spring's here. Summer's literally a couple months away. So people are really starting to want to work out again, get healthy again, pay attention to their health and fitness. So it's kind of the perfect time to jump in if you were thinking about it. And also on April 4th, we're going to be kicking off a 2-week new coach mentorship, where we will be teaching you all of the basics that you need to know to get your business started. So we're going to teach you how to post on social media, what you can say, how you can talk about the products. We're going to give you information on the products. We're going to teach you about your online office, so you know where to go to get information. We're going to talk to you about hosting your first online fitness group if you've never done that. We're going to give you tips and tools on how to do that. So we're going to make it as easy as possible for you to jump in and get started. All you have to do is just commit and just say, I'm going to go all in. I'm going to give it my all. If you have like that feeling in your stomach or like that nervousness and you're like, all right, I just want to try this, just go for it. You don't want to look back in 6 months and think, what if I had given it a chance? What would have happened? So just go for it. You never know. And I don't know if there's anybody on the call that might have questions, but I'm going to go ahead and open up the line. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. There are actually a bunch of coaches on the call right now from our team. So you have a ton of different perspectives of people that might be able to answer questions for you. So, I'll go ahead and open it up. Does anybody have questions? No? Okay. Well, we will go ahead and leave the Glimpse into Coaching group open for a little while longer. Do any of the coaches on the call want to add anything before I turn off the recording? Anything you want to share? Or, I know there's a lot of you guys on here, so I don't want to call people out. So,
oh, Jen's gonna speak.
I'll share something. So I was in Kelly's challenge groups for many, many months before I even decided to become a coach. And she asked several times, would you be interested? Would you ever want to do this? And I was excited about the thought of it, but I'm a full-time teacher, and I thought, there's no way I would have time. I can't do this. And so I kept referring all of my friends to Kelly, and, which was great for her. But then in the end, I wish I would have just done it right away. So if you guys are even thinking a little bit about it, just go for it, because then you'll just get started off right. I still ended up, I love it. I'm excited. I'm so happy I finally decided to commit to it. But if you're just kind of wavering on the fence, just go for it, because it's the best thing it's helped me step out of my comfort zone and my box, and it's helped me get into really good shape. And then financially, it's really helped with my family, to be able to go on vacations and sign my kids up for sports and not have to stress about it and things like that. So anyway, that's just my little 2 cents. So
I'm glad you added that. Yeah. I know every couple months you'd be sending me someone like, are you sure you don't want to sign up? Sure. Yeah. Anything else before we close out for the night? All right. Well, thanks, you guys. Thanks for everybody that jumped on. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out on the page or reach out to the person that invited you to this group. And really hope that we are welcoming you guys onto our team in the next couple weeks. So anyway, thanks, everybody. I appreciate it.
Good night.